What's up YouTube? It's Elijah1 Dream and we're back again with another NBA 2K23 New Gen Rec Center build video. And today we are building a 7'2" two-way break starter. Now I kind of like to compare this build to Mark Eaton. Mark Eaton was actually 7'4", but he was an absolute defensive menace. Now this is more of a defensive build compared to an offensive build, and you'll be a great teammate with this build as well. I was able to average an A+ teammate grade in the rec this season. I also averaged about 9 points, 18 rebounds, and 8 assists, a steal, and a block and a half, I think, around there, but still almost a triple-double. And of course, averaging an A+ teammate grade, that is extremely easy rep. So this is kind of like a rep farming build that's not very offensive, but it is elite at defense and playmaking. And some of the stat lines that Mark Eaton had, about 12 points, 20 rebounds, 14 blocks, 15 points, 20 rebounds, and 12 blocks. And this build, I was able to get the most rebounds that I have ever gotten in one game before. 41 rebounds in a rec game, absolutely eating up the glass. It was absolutely insane. And I also had a 20 point, 36 rebound, and 20 assist gameplay. So those will be two separate gameplay videos coming out, so make sure you stay tuned for them. But at the end of this video, right after this tutorial, we will have a 31 point, 25 rebound, and 15 assist gameplay. So you can score a little bit, you just really have to make sure you're open underneath the net, because you will see the finishing isn't great, but you really have to use your pump fakes, make sure you're open, and then go up with it. You can still get some boards and you can still get some points. So position, of course, you want to be a center. Handedness, you can pick right, left, does not matter. Jersey number, I'm going to go 53 for Mark Eaton. You don't have to, that's totally up to you. And like I said, we're going to go 7'2", and you actually want to go to 256 pounds, and you want to max out your wingspan at 8 feet. And for the body shape, you can pick whatever you want. I actually ended up going built for this, so you can pick that if you want to, but it really does not matter. You can also go compact, whatever you want to do, totally up to you, but I did go with built on this one. So for the close shot, you want to go up to a 75. So like I said, the finishing isn't too crazy on this build, but you can still get the job done. In the driving layup, you want to go up to a 50. Driving dunk, you can go to a 70. So you can still set your heavy picks and rolls and everything, and we will be able to get all the Hall of Fame defensive badges. So we're going to get Hall of Fame rebound chaser, pogo stick, brick wall, and anchor. So you'll be able to set heavy bodies, roll to the rack, and be able to finish still. And of course, you're going to have a 99 offensive rebound, which is super key. So if your guard ends up missing, you can grab that rebound, put it back up, or of course you can kick it back out to a wide open shooter on the perimeter. And for a standing dunk, you can go up to a 65, just gets you a little bit more badge points right there. And post control is actually down to a 45. And our mid range should actually be a 35 as well, no 3-pointer of course. And our free throw, we're going to go up to a 60, so you can still be able to hit if you get hacked underneath the rack. You'll still be able to green, no problem. And for our pass accuracy, you want to go up to a 90, which I believe is almost all the way maxed out. So you want to go to a 90 there. Ball handle will stay at a 52, and you want to max out your speed with ball. So the reason I did this is so I can get playmaking takeover. I wanted to get playmaking takeover on this build. I thought it would be really OP. Great defensive stats combined with the playmaking, easy fast break outlet points, and of course you'll be able to grab rebounds, dish the ball out easy, and of course that's going to be super easy for you to get your playmaking takeover, and that's going to make your teammates better. And when you're in playmaking takeover, your passes, or you pass to somebody, the chances of them making their next shot or making the dunk, whatever, are extremely high. That playmaking takeover really kicks in, allows your teammates to be a lot better than what they can be, and be able to knock down some wide open shots. And for interior defense, I went up to an 88. So after using a 99 interior defense on the 7'2" stretch anchor that I dropped earlier, I didn't think 99 was really that necessary, so I went to 88 just because that's where you get gold post lockdown. So I thought that would go nice along with all those Hall of Fame tier 3 badges, and of course gold post lockdown, so if some big bully tries to back you down, it ain't gonna happen. And perimeter defense, I went up to a 60, so if you do get switched on to a guard or anything, you can still be able to play a little bit perimeter defense and stay in front of them, and of course that'll also help out with your shot contests. Steal, you leave that at a 40. You can still get a few steals here and there, but it's not the greatest, but still just the way this build worked out, you want to leave that there. And so like I said, we are going to get Hall of Fame anchor on this build as well, so you want to go all the way up to a 99 block. And I mentioned earlier also a 99 offensive rebound, so max that out up to there. And you want to put the defensive rebound to an 85. So I have recently said before in the few past videos, I did not like the 85 defensive rebound, but on that 7'0" build with Hall of Fame quick first step, 85 was the highest rebounding rating that I have. But with the 99 offensive rebound and the Hall of Fame rebound chaser, and of course the high strength, box out beast and everything, I did not mind the 85 defensive rebound. It wasn't as bad because I still have Hall of Fame rebound chaser, but you can still get hoed out of a few defensive rebounds rebounds here and there, but nonetheless, I was still able to average 18 rebounds a game and get 41 rebounds in a game, which is the most I've had in any 2K ever. So clearly this is a working formula. You guys have tried to tell me before to increase the offensive rebound and kind of lower the defensive rebound. 100%. If you get good position, that's super easy. And of course, on the offensive end, you have a high strength on this build, so you can swim them, get that offensive rebound, no problem. And for our speed, you want to max that out to a 55, and the acceleration, you can leave it a 40. And for the strength, you want to go up to a 94. So you're going to max that out. So this build is an absolute unit with the built body size. You got the 94 strength. So like I said, if there's a 6'9" with low strength on you and you're battling underneath the basket for an offensive rebound, you can easily swim them out of the way. And on the defensive end, it's going to be hard for other opponents to swim you. They can't back you down either. You also got that gold post lockdown. So it's just an amazing defensive build. And of course, you can come down with those rebounds, R1 L1s, full court outlet passes with Hall of Fame break starter and the playmaking takeover. Pretty easy to average what I did with the 18 rebounds and 8 assists a game. And of course, you're going to average an A+ teammate grade as well. So really great rep build. It's not an offensive build. It's maybe not be the funnest build that I've ever dropped, but you will rep up very fast with this one. And my vertical, I maxed it out to a 73. Like I said earlier before, on that 7'2" stretch anchor that I dropped, I only had a 65 vertical, and I really could notice I wasn't getting as many rebounds or anything. So I wanted to max this out because it really does help with the blocks and rebounding. And of course, if you use the juice perk, you can get +7 to your vertical if you use the playmaking takeover, so you can get an 80 vertical in takeover on the 7'2" build. Come down with those rebounds, R1 L1s like I was just talking about, easy money. And then you want to put the rest of the points onto the stamina, which will come out to an 89. So there we have it, the 7'2" two-way break starter. And for takeovers, like I said, I wanted to go with the playmaking takeover, so I had to do what I had to do on the playmaking categories and go up to that 90 pass accuracy. 86 probably would have been the most optimal, but you do not get playmaking takeover. So I really wanted to try that out, and it was honestly amazing. I loved having playmaking takeover on this. It was really quick to get. Once you activate it, your teammates become so much better. They can hit a lot more shots, make more dunks, everything. Or you can go with your rim protecting or glass cleaning takeover. Glass cleaning might be the most optimal because you're going to get boosted strength and a boosted vertical, but even then, I averaged 18 boards a game with the playmaking takeover on the whole time. So maybe not, but still, this will make your teammates better. It'll help you get more assists. It's honestly amazing. So I went with team ratings boost, doubled up, of course, the team ratings boost, and that's also going to increase your pass accuracy, speed with the ball, your driving layup as well too. So you can get up to a +21 to your driving layup. So in takeover, you will be able to make this, and you can get gold bully if you want to put your extra badge points onto the finishing category, which is also very crucial. I forgot to mention that in the finishing category, you have to put quite a few of your extra badges onto the finishing category in order to get that silver fast twitch, which is 100% worth. You want to click continue. So we have shades of Wilt Chamberlain, Rudy Gobert, and Jakob Poeltl, and there we have it, a two-way break starter. So first comparison of Wilt Chamberlain, that is pretty cool. I do consider this like a Mark Eaton build, but of course Mark Eaton wasn't a passer like this. He didn't have playmaking like this either. Otherwise, he would have been getting quadruple doubles, which would have been absolutely insane. But still, the way that build plays defensively and everything else, definitely kind of like a Mark Eaton style. And next up, let's get into the badge points and the first attributes to upgrade. So here is a screenshot of how I first upgraded this build. As you can see, starting on the finishing, 75 close shots, so we can finish around the rack right off rip, and a 70 driving dunk as well too for our pick and rolls if we get hit on the cut, anything like that. Of course, the free throw went up to a 60, maxed that out, so right off rip, if I'm getting fouled, I can knock down my free throws, no problem. And pass accuracy, it went up to an 86. That's where you get Hall of Fame break starter, you're gonna get gold needle threader, all those great playmaking badges. So that's what I was talking about. 90 might be a little bit excessive, but I had to go up to a 90 pass accuracy in order to get the playmaking takeover. Interior defense, I only went up to a 70 for now, but that'll probably be the next things that I increase once I get the next attribute upgrades. And of course, as you can see, a 93 block, so I can get gold anchor at least. And I went up to a 99 offensive rebound, so I can get Hall of Fame rebound chaser off a rip. And I also maxed out my defensive rebound at an 85, so I can immediately come down with those rebounds. I still have an 86 pass accuracy with Hall of Fame break starter, easy R1 L1s down the court, no problem. And then the physicals, maxed out my speed at a 55, went up to an 89 strength for now, which is still quite a bit of strength, so you will be able to move bodies around and not get moved. 73 vertical to max that out for blocking purposes and rebounding purposes, and then of course maxed out the stamina at an 89. And this comes out to 227k VC to get you started, but you can take this thing into the rec right away and be dominant right away as well. get all those rebounds, get nice assists, you can score here and there. And I got 41 rebounds with this build at like a 90, between a 90 to 92 overall. I can't exactly remember, but absolutely insane. So for my badge spread, as you can see, I actually have 17 finishing badges, where if you just come out of the builder, you have 9. So I added a lot of my extra badge points onto here. I wanted to try out Gold Bully on this build because, like I said, in doubled up playmaking takeover with the juice perk, I do get plus 21 to my driving layup, and this badge is for driving layups, and I have a 94 strength, and also in takeover I would have a 99 strength. So I wanted to try out this Gold Bully badge. I haven't noticed a ton, but I also don't really know how to use the badge yet, so I still have to do a little bit more testing with that, but I thought that would be kind of cool. But I needed to add all those extra badges to at least 16 finishing badges so I can get the silver fast twitch, which will absolutely help you score underneath the rack. So hopefully you guys have some extra badge points. I definitely would recommend getting this silver fast twitch. It'll help you out a ton. And then I also have aerial wizard on. I got my slithery finisher, fearless finisher, limitless takeoff. I even put dream shake on. I had an extra badge point, so I might as well use it there. And I have the 10 badge points between tier 1 and tier 2, so I had to put that extra badge point there. I can't put that on bully and something else. And of course acrobat as well. And I also have 18 playmaking badges, where you probably had 16 coming out of the builder, so I put an extra 2 here as well too. So I went with Hall of Fame Dimer because we are going to get the most badge points back once we core this. I love Gold Needle Threader a ton. It helps you throw some pretty tight passes between the defense. It makes it way harder for them to steal, even if they predict it properly or they don't have enough of a steal rating. You'll whiz balls right by them, easy assist. So I really love Gold Needle Threader. Hall of Fame Break Starter, of course, absolutely come down with those rebounds with that monster of a build. R1L1s, easy dot. And I went with Bronze Vice Grip so we can just secure the ball a little bit better. Special Delivery as well, because you can throw some pretty crazy flashy passes with this build. And I went with Bronze Clamp Breaker as well, because with the playmaking takeover, your speed with ball and your ball handle are boosted, and I have high strength. Combined with the Gold Bully badge, I thought this might be kind of OP to drive to the rack, push some people out the way, and get some easy layup opportunities. And like I said, all Hall of Fame tier 3 badges. So I obviously have the doubled up defensive core badge pattern with the finishing and playmaking. So once you're able to get Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser, you can put on your Hall of Fame Pogo Stick, and once you get Hall of Fame Anchor Cord, you can put on your Hall of Fame Brick Wall, and then we can also put on our Hall of Fame Box Out Beast, Bronze Chase Down Artist, and Hall of Fame Workhorse. So unfortunately, we actually don't even get to put on Post Lockdown, but totally up to you. You can switch out Chase Down Artist for Post Lockdown if you want. That is totally up to you guys. And so there we have it, everything that you need to be successful on the two-way break starter. An absolute monster of a defensive and playmaking build. Like I said, this build will help you rep up extremely fast. You can average an A+ teammate grade in the rec, and it's a lot of fun in its own way. And it's not offensively fun, but the defense and playmaking, it can really be an extremely fun build. And like I said, I averaged 9 points, 18 rebounds, and 8 assists throughout this season. So almost a triple double. It really does get the job done. But next up, we have a 31 point, 25 rebound, and 15 assist gameplay. So let's get right into it. So here we've got the 31 point, 25 rebound, 15 assist, and 2 block gameplay on 15 of 15 shooting. And we are matched up against a 6'9" inside the arc scorer. You don't see a lot of 6'9" inside the arc scorers, so this guy kind of had a little bit of a different build, but it turned out to be no match for me. And we have quite the gameplay here as well. We actually go into overtime. We needed every single point, rebound, and assist that I could get. And one thing about this build, I did not get as many blocks as I thought I would, even with Hall of Fame anchored, 99 block, and 88 interior defense. And then of course with the doubled up playmaking takeover with the juice perk, you can get +7 to that in takeover. So you're looking at about like a 95 interior defense in takeover. And I also have boosts on top of that, but still, I don't know. I think with the slashing takeover and your vertical being boosted up +21, I really noticed the difference in that. See right there, I don't know how I didn't block that. That was pretty close. I swiped away, didn't quite get it, but still, I think if I had slashing takeover, if I was on like a 7.2 or one of my 7.3 builds of slashing takeover, I probably would have got blocked. Nice little pump fake right there. You really have to utilize your pump fakes on this build as well too, with that 75 close shot. And of course, if you're in takeover, you will get +7 to that if you're using the juice perk. So you still get an 82 close shot while you're in takeover. And of course, +21 to your driving layup in playmaking takeover as well if you doubled it up. So you're still able to finish around the rack pretty well, as you've seen there as well too in the earlier
video, earlier parts of the video, I did show my shooting percentages, and of course you can see it right there. Nice little chase down block right there. I was pretty surprised, but I think just really the athleticism is what really matters. And I think in NBA 2K24, that's what I'm going to look for as well. Of course, I'm going to make some more slashing centers. You absolutely know it. But first, we do have to see if anything's going to be different about the takeovers. So with slashing takeovers, you get speed, acceleration, strength, and vertical all boosted, all with your driving dunk, standing dunk, driving layup. All that is also boosted as well. So we'll see what it's like next year. Maybe there'll be some new takeovers. That would be pretty cool. I highly doubt there'll be new takeovers, but there'll for sure be some new badges or modified badges, something like that. And of course, the attribute requirements or animation requirements is probably going to be different as well. So we have to wait and see what the builder is going to be like first, but I'm sure that we can get slashing takeover on 7-footers once again. They're pretty OP this year, but they weren't absolutely overpowered. Like, you can still have a build like I'm on right here and do absolute damage against some of those slashers, because we do have 88 interior defense, 99 block, Hall of Fame anchor, all that fun stuff, and we are big body with 94 strength as well too. So you're not going to push us around, anything like that, but we are player of the half with 6 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. So well on our way to 31, 25, and 15, and we do get an extra 3 minutes because of that overtime. But like I said, very close game. We needed every single stat of mine, and of course our teammates as well. And my opponent didn't do too well against this build, but there actually was one 6'7" lob threat that I played against, and he was a Zion Williamson build. He made himself look like a Zion. I don't know why or how, but I could not stop him. Like, all he did was drive in, pretty much. He maybe shot 2 or 3 threes, but like, I knew he was gonna drive in. He was the only person on the other team. For some reason, the guards in my team couldn't stay in front of him on the perimeter, so he kept driving in, and I kept trying to block him and get in front of him, but he just kept running right by me. So I don't know if that was the slithery finisher that he had on or something. And then the dunking was unstoppable. I'm pretty sure he had high strength as well. So I was really impressed and really surprised by 6'7" being able to do that, especially against a 7'2" with a 94 strength and 88 interior defense, 99 block, Hall of Fame anchor. I couldn't believe it, but shout out to you. Can't remember what his PSN was, but if he's watching this video, man, shout out to you, GG's. You absolutely cooked that game. We ended up winning that game, of course, because it was 5 versus 1 on the other team, but that dude showed out. He dropped 30 or 40 points, and he was going crazy, so I was very impressed with it. But still, I have been absolutely loving this build as well too. I showed you guys the stats, and like I mentioned, averaging an A+ teammate grade on this build, and nice little dots right there. And as I talked about, when you got that playmaking badge and you pass it, the chances of that receiver hitting their shot is extremely increased. Like, you get whites, and right there, boom, 3 people in the paint. You know somebody's got to be wide open. It was really nice to be able to use a playmaking build once again after making several builds with no playmaking. Right there, getting a nice little standing dunk. With that 65 standing dunk, you can still get a few dunks here and there. You're not going to catch any crazy bodies by any means. And in the earlier mixtape, I kind of was getting bodies, but not really. I would say I was more or less just kind of dunking by the people. Like, I wasn't getting any actual contact dunks or anything like that, but still, man. This build almost averaging a triple-double with a steal and about a block and a half, which is still like I said, I'm kind of surprised by how low of blocks I actually averaged. But still, even with that Hall of Fame anchor and 80 interior defense, you can disrupt and deflect a ton of shots. And right there, see what I mean? He's not going to make anything like that. 6'9", going up 7'2" with the ratings that I have. That's a no bueno. That's not going to work. And nice pass to my teammate right there. See me cutting down the middle. Absolutely money. And this is an inside center as well too, so you have to use your IQ. You can't just sit on the block with this build especially. You're going to be a detriment to your team if you sit paint with this build on offense. You have to go and set screens, on ball, off ball screens. You can sit paint, but like, you can't sit it the whole game. But you can battle down there if you have a 6'9" or whatever. But still, the way to play with this, you have to set lots of screens. You have that Hall of Fame brick wall with a 94 strength. Make good use of that. You can roll to the rack with that 70 driving dunk. You'll be able to dunk the ball still. Or if the guard shoots a 3 off your screen, you can still dive, get an offensive rebound, get a putback, or kick it back out to somebody that's wide open. On offensive rebounds, it seems to be somebody open on the perimeter almost every single time. Whether they leaked out when they shouldn't have, something like that, but either way, there is going to be an open defender. But there we have it, 31, 25, and 15 on 15 of 15 shooting. Hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. If you did, make sure you drop a like, hit that sub if you're new. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.